All in all, like a very small month, and not a particularly strong month. That said, there's one or two pieces that I really wish I'd made myself, and so well done to people who did do some good work. But yeah, overall, a small month, and as such, I don't think the strongest month, creatively speaking. In the experiential category, which is actually, we did August to October, so it was 2 months combined. The winner was for a piece done by Standard Bank for Joy of Jazz, which was a live kind of experience jazz billboard that linked to kind of radio. Second went to a really nice piece, I think, especially given the kind of category, and that was for Unilever Skip, which was called Fabulous Dress Project. And then third place went to Barclays for a little thing called Art Needs You, which was quite a nice little activation, I think. And I think overall, just some nice thinking, like good solid concepts behind the activations and the experiential work, which I always think is nice to see. Incredibly small category, and not a very strong category, to be honest. There was a lot of debate about this category as to whether we should just award a first or do first, second and third. We decided to go with all three, and yeah, I just think, you know, overall, just we could do better. I think, and you know, I think that's also, it's the time of the year, you know, we're winding down, and you know, I think we can forgive ourselves a little bit, and I know we'll have months with lots of great prints in it. For this month, print, and the first place was for City Lodge Hotel, that was Handler Scaris. Second place went to DDB with a job for Levengers, and third place to Fox P2 with some work for Stay Kinekor Cinema Nouveau, sorry. We only awarded first place here. I think it was just really a weak month, and I think, you know, given our reputation for good radio, you know, we have to be quite strict on ourselves in the radio category. So the piece that did get through is actually two pieces that are part of a campaign, and that was for DSTV, which is Ogilvy, of course, and that was for 2 spots for Halloween, one called Ghazi and the other called Carjacker. Really great performances, and like nice production, incredibly brave, I think, for a client to put their logo on the end of those spots. But yeah, well done to those guys. In the television category, I've saved the best for last. First place went to King James for a little spot they did for New Balance, which was called Baby versus Dale Steyn, featuring the lovely Indy. I absolutely loved that idea. I think it's just it's genius. It's really genius, that little insight. Anyone who's ever had a child has thought exactly this, and the fact that they took it and made it into such a brilliant little piece of communication is really lovely. I'm very, very jealous of that piece of work. Then the second spot was for KFC Ad Hope. On the surface, didn't look like anything out of this world. Looked fairly kind of you know, like something we'd seen before, but it was how they made it, I think, and the little backstory as to how they actually produced this ad that made it quite interesting and quite fresh. and that was a piece for Ogilvy. And then third place went to Volkswagen, which is a little spot that they did, which is just various little spots that they've done for technology. Just one came through, and that was the bachelor spot. What I will say is that I did notice in the television category is that there were quite a few just different spots, and I think we've gone through a period in TV where we've just been making big almost banking ads, and they all feel like they're in the same ilk. And it felt like this month, well, that wasn't a brilliant month all round, apart from the obvious ones that popped out. It did feel like we had some different stuff in there this month. There was lots of small little spots that I think were kind of smart and conceptual, which I think is where we were actually great as a country, is those little conceptual spots that don't rely on, massive budgets, because they've got great conceptual strength on their side, and it's nice to see those kind of things coming through. So yeah, that was the month of November, and yeah, like I said, a small month, not a particularly brilliant month, but I think the great things in there were really great. So well done to everyone who managed to get something this month.